Good morning. I am Sally with a Homespun Hobby, and today I wanted to talk a little bit about why customs take so long. So, when I send an image to a factory for a custom, I talk to the contact there and I tell them that it's a custom and it's from a customer and the size that they want. And I also ask them to recommend a size if the size that the customer wants isn't really going to work that well with the painting. And so they recommend a size, and then I get back to the customer, and the customer says, yes or no. And then I talk to the contact again, and they send the image onto what is called the designer. So the designer is another person. So now there's four people involved. The customer, me, the contact, and the designer. So the designer will upload the image into the computer software that they use. And if it's a reputable company, which I'm working with, the designer will make suggestions. And then the designer will get back to my contact, who gets back to me. And then I message the customer. And then the customer gets back to me, and I go to the contact, and the contact goes back to the designer. Now, the factories in China, I haven't found any place in the United States that does this yet. The whole thing. So they're 12 hours ahead right now. I noticed that they don't change their times. They were 13 hours ahead, but now that we changed our time clocks, they're 12 hours ahead. So I might talk to this contact for maybe 5 minutes, and he goes to the designer, but the designer is working. And so he's busy. So he gets back to the contact with any questions, comments, concerns, suggestions, within a few hours. But by then it's the middle of the night here and I'm sleeping, and they message me, and I get the message when I get up in the morning, and I message them, but their day has ended and they're home. And so it's just a big time thing. So once we get all the details straightened out, then the image is in line to be produced. And so it depends on how many other images are in front of this one. Usually factories say the turnaround time is 10 to 15 days from start to finish, and that's just to produce the painting. Then once it's created, oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry, I skipped a step. Yeah, once the designer has completed the layout, then the layout is sent to me, and then I send it to the customer. Customer says yes or no, and then I get back, and then it goes up and down this line of conversation and time change, and they're on the other side of the world. And although it's pretty cool that I can talk to them instantly, at certain times of the day. So then once that layout is approved, then it gets in line to be created. And that might take up to a week, depending on how busy the factory is and how many lines of production they have. And so if you've ever seen a video of these printers that print the diamond paintings, they're pretty wide. And depending on the width of the diamond painting, they can print, 4 diamond paintings. If they're doing like a big order of one image, they can do 4 diamond paintings in a row, or more or less depending on the width and then the height. And then the glue I've seen is done by hand. I did see a great big machine, and a guy was putting a diamond painting into this machine, laying down flat one at a time. But I don't know what that was. I don't know if it was a dryer for the glue. I don't know if it was putting on the double-sided adhesive. Whatever it was automated. But most of the time, the diamond paintings are laid down underneath this frame, and they take a squeegee and they squeegee the glue across one side and back the other, and then they take that diamond painting off and they set it on a rack to dry. And then there are people who prepare the beads by hand and pack them by hand when you get them all neat in these little mini Ziploc bags, and they're all in a row in this plastic cellophane bag. And then they're put into the diamond painting with the toolkit, and it's rolled up and boxed. And then it has to wait to be shipped out. So, however the shipping is, if the factory has what's called a freight forwarder, so they can get a discount on shipping because the freight forwarder takes all this freight and puts it together and sends it out for shipping. And so when they do that, there's a big discount, or the factory might just have UPS come pick it up or whatever the case may be. And then it's shipped. So it can take up to a month. I'm waiting for paint by numbers that were shipped out 5 or 6 weeks ago, and I'm supposed to get it tomorrow. So that's the 6 weeks added on to my wanting the painting larger and more colors and approving the layout. And it's the same with the diamond paintings. So it can be quicker because I have From Paris with Love, I've had that made into round paintings with round diamond a couple of times. So the first time it took a long time to get. The second time I just ordered it, and this time I just ordered it. And because it's not a custom and the digital image and the layout and everything is done and completed, I ordered it, I paid for it, and they shipped it out within a week. But again, it depends on how busy the factory is. So now I'm having customs made. Well, for me, a custom art is all my paintings. So I'm having the old masters made into diamond paintings, and these images are not in the factory's database, so they have to be designed. So when I talk about a custom, for me, that's what I mean. And there's also customs from customers with their personal images.